Good afternoon, learners. So today we are going to learn about a lesson that is choosing a career, which is a secondary course in business studies. So learners, choosing a career is very important aspect in our life. So maybe after 10th, now you are in 10th, you are reading secondary course, and then after you will be going to senior secondary, you will learn about senior secondary course where you will get more idea about how I can choose my career. So here, this is the basic idea that what you are going to do after 12, like you have completed your 12, and then what is the main thing in life, like what you have to do is you have to choose a career for yourself. So many of you may be thinking that of securing a job in business firms or running your own business. So what does career means? So career means occupation which we want to adopt from our livelihood, like for we do this career occupation to earn our livelihood, to choose the mean and to take proper decision in our life. Most of you may be thinking that what you want to become, probably what may you have heard from anyone, or what you have listened to the radio or watching television, or you may also have been reading newspapers and magazine, and from there you have got the idea where you can see the advertisement of the job vacancies. So maybe you are advised by your parents or relatives about what kind of job you can do, or you can think of a career option after 12. So career is the main thing which why we are studying right now, so that we have a good career option after class 12. So on the basis of your understanding, you may be thinking that about the kind of work that can be handled easily by you, like in which you are expertise in, जो काम आपको बहुत अच्छे से आता हो, जिसको आप अच्छी तरीके से हैंडल कर सकते हैं, so that you think that this is the kind of a job which I can do easily. So maybe you can start thinking clearly about your abilities, your aptitudes for the future work life. So this is the time where you have to clearly think, like after you are in secondary level right now, so you have to choose that whether I can go for a science stream, or whether I have to go for commerce stream, or whether I can choose arts. So this right now you have to start thinking clearly about your abilities, about your aptitudes, so that you can go further in your work life with the expertise in yourself. So this necessitates the knowledge of what employment opportunities are available to you after you have got the specialization, you have been expertise in what you know and what you want to do in your career. So the abilities required for different types of employment, these all in details we are going to learn in this chapter. So in the present lesson, you will learn about different aspects of choosing a career. You will learn about concept, important avenues, competencies, etc., which may be useful so that you can decide your own career wisely, and it is the right time so that you can start thinking clearly about your abilities to choose career wisely in which you are expertise in, or the work which you can handle easily. So learners, after studying this lesson, you will be able to explain the concept of career. You will be able to recognize the importance of choosing a career. You will be able to identify what are the various career avenues in business. You will be able to explain the importance of self-employment, and you will be able to distinguish between self-employment and wage employment, and at the last you will be able to identify what are the career options in business on the basis of your own ability, your own interest, your own aptitude. So everything we are going to cover in this session. So this is a very important session for your career, to choose a career. So listen carefully. First, we have to start with the meaning of career. What is the meaning of career? So you can jot it down that career literally means an occupation with which opportunities for advancement and promotion can be availed of the life, like in your life. So career is what it refers to the individual, like आप जो choose कर रहे हो as a profession, as an occupation. So career is your skills, where you uses your skills, you uses your talent to provide personal fulfillment and a sense of purpose. So your career can include many jobs throughout your lifetimes, like what you have you have decided that what action I have to take, what decision I have to make, what path I have to choose. So everything required to develop your profession. So career means an occupation, एक ऑक्यूपेशन जहां पर आपके पास अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, जहां पे आप एडवांस कर सकते हो, प्रमोशंस कर सकते हो, जो आपके लाइफ में आप अवेल कर सकते हो. सो करियर इज नथिंग बट इन सिंपल मीनिंग कि आपको लाइफ में अपने स्किल्स, अपने टैलेंट्स को यूज करके किस तरीके से अपने पर्सनल फुलफिलमेंट से आपको एक प्रोफेशनलिज्म डेवलप करके एक प्रोफेशनल ऑक्यूपेशन में उतरना है. सो दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ करियर. नाउ why it is important to choose a career. So choosing a career, learners, is very, very important aspect of life, because this is the first stone or first step, you can say, in your career building that is laid down by the career you choose. तो ये आप कह सकते हो आपका एक फर्स्ट स्टेप है या फाउंडेशन स्टोन है, जो पहला फाउंडेशन आप रखते हो by choosing a career कि मुझे आगे ये बनना है या I want to do this kind of job. So this is the first step you take down by choosing your career. Like जब भी आप choose कर सकते हो या select करते हो कि मेरे को आगे लाइफ में ये pursue करना है या ये बनना है या ये ऐसे career मेरे को अपना choose करना है. So ये आपका first step है, foundation stone है of your career that you have laid down by choosing a career option for you. Now the present generation, I tell you learners, that it has started making career moves well before completing their school education. Like nowadays, the present generation has started thinking about their career, about their first step that I have told you just before, like well before completing their school education. Like जब आप क्लास 10th में हो, आप 12th में हो, तभी से आपको you are clear in your thought, you are clear that what abilities I have and in which career should I move ahead, what career option should I select. So career choice will probably affect any individual eventful lifestyle more than the other choices he or she makes. So आपका जो choice है करियर का, वही आपको आगे लेकर जाएगा, जहां पर आपका स्किल्स यूटिलाइज होगा, आपका जो भी आपका थॉट है, योर क्रिएटिविटी, योर एवरीथिंग विल मूव अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट एंड योर चॉइसेस विल बी लाइक लाइफस्टाइल. Everything will change according to that. So the present generation of your age learners are thinking this clearly before they are completing their school education. So this is the right time where you should think about your career option, because it is very important aspect of your life, and you should think what kind of career I have to choose, and then accordingly you can select your subjects and you can move ahead in your career. Now, so learners, in the world, in this competitive world, to make a right career choice in the beginning is very, very important. That you should have a clear thought that what you are going to pursue after class 10th, what you are going to select after class 12, what are the interests, what are the skills, what are the abilities you have, and accordingly you have to move by making a right career choice in the very beginning, and that is very important. Now learners, there is definitely a need that one should go through the process where you can enlighten, you can inform an individual with respect to the various career option. So there is a need that आप लोग एक process के through खुद को पता हो that what are the career option is in front of me. You have to research, you have to go through the detail that what kind of career option, what kind of a skill you have, so that it can matches your career option, and then further you can move ahead. So in this process, the individual will also discover his or her own ability. इस प्रोसेस में जब आप शुरू करोगे थिंक करना, तो आप अपने ओन एबिलिटीज को पहचान पाओगे, अपने इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट्स, अपने करियर डिसीजंस को आप इम्पॉर्टेंटली सही डायरेक्शन में आप ले जा सकोगे. सो इन दिस प्रोसेस, when you go through this process, you will also discover your own ability, which are important part of any career decisions. Now learners, while making a right career choice, there are many challenges, many competitions are there in the part of a world in today's society, and therefore career planning is one of the broader aspect of learning in our existence. So we have to plan our career because it is a broader term. A career planning is not a simple task that आज आप बैठे हो and you have decided कि मेरे को आगे क्या करना है within half an hour or within 1 hour or 1 day. No, it's not like that. You have to have, because there is so much challenges, there are so much competition in today's world that you have to think prior, much before, that what you have to plan your career. You have to think in a broader aspect that what we are going to do, what you have to make a plan that what kind of a subject, what kind of a skills, what kind of a entrepreneur skills and abilities you have inside you, and whether it is matching your career options or not, which you are going to pursue in future. So career planning is again a broader aspect and very important aspect, because in today's competitive world you have to plan much prior, you have to be futuristic so that your goals, your aim can be accomplished. And the last is career planning make a person think suitably about his positive and negative aspect. When you plan your career, so learners, you are able to think that what kind of positive things I have within me, what are the negativity of my part, like what kind of thing I find negative, like I can't do or I will not be able to do. So what are the challenges you are facing and what are the positive factor you have, and you can pursue this career. So career planning is very important, and it makes the person to think suitably about his positive and negative aspects in his or her, that what are the abilities, what are the skills you have within you. So learners, basically, like I have told you, that career planning starts when you finishes your secondary or higher secondary education level. So after that level, a person could adopt an education degree, and after that degree, that will help you to find a good job opportunity according to your skills at the right time. So career planning, learners, help you to design, to formulate your future smoothly. Like for example, if I take that Ram wants to become a banker. So what he should do? He should go to do what kind of a career choice should he take? He have to complete his graduation, whether he can do BCom or he can do BBA. Then he should go for ICW or CA or MBA in finance. So after completing his intermediate and graduation in commerce or business administration, what Ram can do? Ram can go for these kind of career, like he can become a CA, he can become a banker, he can become a ICWA, like company secretary, etc. So career planning is a lifetime process. I may tell you that it is a lifetime process, because as we always learn and grow ourselves, we enhance our career. So it is not like we have planned today because we are in class, we are in now secondary level, so we have planned today our career. इसके बाद हम हायर सेकेंडरी में जाएंगे तो तब हम प्लान कर लेंगे अपना करियर लेवल. ऐसा नहीं है. This is a continuous process. This is a lifetime process, and you have to the way you will learn, you will grow, you will develop. तो आपका करियर प्लानिंग जो है उस हिसाब से चेंज होता रहेगा. So it starts when you have finished your secondary and higher secondary education, but it is not completed, like career planning has not stopped with your higher secondary education. It always continue. It is a continuous process and it will go lifetime. So a person should adopt a good job opportunity according to his skill at a right time, because it's not like that you are sitting idle and you have not planned yet and someday you will get the opportunity that okay, I'll plan now. No, it's not like that. You have to choose your career opportunity, like good job, at the right time, so that it can design and formulate your future smoothly, so that you can live your life further smoothly and you can earn your livelihood with that. So career planning are very, very important. Now moving ahead, I hope that you have understood the meaning of career and why it is important to us and why it is necessary to choose a career at a right time. Now I will move ahead with the career avenues in business. Like क्या क्या avenues है career का business के world में अगर हम जाते हैं तो हमारे पास क्या क्या chances है. So learners, the occupation of people today is related to some economic activity. तो हमारा जो ऑक्यूपेशन है आज के टाइम पे सारे लोगों का इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी से कुछ ना कुछ इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी से डील करता है. एंड व्हाट इज इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी? द एक्टिविटी वेयर यू अर्न मनी फॉर योर लाइवलीहुड. सो जहां पर आप पैसा कमाते हो जस्ट बिकॉज कि आप अपना लाइवलीहुड चला सको, आप अपने लाइवलीहुड, अपने फ्यूचर को स्मूथली रन कर सको. सो वंस करियर ऑब्जेक्टिव लर्नर्स इज like to be employment, that they should get employment, they are engaged in some or the other economic activity for earning their livelihood. तो वो किसी ना किसी economic activity में indulge हो सके, उसमें engage हो सके. So this is what the people of today want. Like they have to be engaged in some or the other economic activity to earn their livelihood. Now for that, choice of a career actually involves opting from one of the following two alternatives. Like you have two options, whether you can go for wage employment or you can go for self-employment. So now what is wage employment and what is self-employment? तो career का choice आप चाहे तो आप अपने wage employment से choose कर सकते हो, चाहे आप self-employment कर सकते हो. Now we will get in details कि wage employment and self-employment क्या होते हैं and what are the difference between them. So learners, wage employment क्या है? Wage employment simply is serving people, serving any person for wages or salary. जो भी आपको wage दे रहा है या salary दे रहा है, आप उसके लिए काम कर रहे हो. That is wage employment. If someone is appointed as office assistant or he is expected to do the work of office supervisor, and for that he is getting monthly salary for his job. So this type of employment is based on contract between employer and employee. So there are two people, employer who employ the public or the person, and employee is the person who is employed in the organization and he is working. तो employer कौन है? जो आपको job provide करता है. And employee is you people जो आप job करते हैं and for that you are getting a handsome amount of wages or salary. So the employee has to work for the employer and whatever the task is assigned to you or to him, the person who is working, तो उसके लिए उसको remuneration मिलता है. And what is remuneration? That is wages and salary. जो भी वो टास्क परफॉर्म कर रहा है उसके बदले में उसको सैलरी मिल रहा है, उसको वेजेस मिल रहा है. सो वेज एम्प्लॉयमेंट इज क्लियरली दैट अगर आप किसी के लिए काम कर रहे हो एंड उसके बदले में आपको वेजेस मिल रहा है या सैलरी मिल रहा है, एंड दैट इज नोन एज वेज एम्प्लॉयमेंट. लाइक ड्यूरिंग वर्किंग आवर्स द एम्प्लॉय इज टू वर्क अंडर सुपरवाइजर. किसी भी कंपनी में अगर आप जाते हो तो आप देखोगे कि एम्प्लॉय को किसी न किसी सुपरवाइजर के अंडर वर्क करना होता है एंड द एम्प्लॉयर जो है उसको कंट्रोल करता है. सो सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट क्या होता है? अगर हम ये तो था वेज एम्प्लॉयमेंट का, बट अगर हम सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट की बात करें तो वो क्या होता है? वो होता है कि जो भी ऑक्यूपेशन जहां पे पर्सन एंगेज होता है फॉर हिमसेल्फ और हरसेल्फ एंड डूइंग सम और द अदर इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी टू अर्न हिज और हर लाइवलीहुड. नाउ इफ यू आर कंफ्यूज, लाइक वेज एम्प्लॉयमेंट में भी हम यही कर रहे थे, अपने लाइवलीहुड को अर्न करने के लिए हम इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी कर रहे थे, एंड सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट में भी हम यही कर रहे हैं. नो, बट वेज एम्प्लॉयमेंट में what we were you doing? you were employed by your employer and under her supervision and under her control or his control, you were working for him, for which you were getting salary and wages. But the self-employment is the person himself is engaged in some or the other economic activity, like he has opened his own shop or he is working for his own for his own living. So he is engaged for himself, he has engaged himself in the economic activity, then it is known as like self-employment. Now in detail we will discuss about wage employment and self-employment. So wage employment is, in wage employment there is always two parties. Like I have explained you that employer and employees are the two parties. जहाँ पे आपको एंड एम्प्लॉय को क्या मिलता है, वेज एंड सैलरी मिलता है फ्रॉम द एम्प्लॉयर जिसके लिए वो काम करता है. तो वेजेस इज नॉर्मली एन एश्योर्ड अमाउंट जो कि उन दोनों के बीच में अग्रीमेंट होता है. किसके बीच में, एम्प्लॉयर एंड एम्प्लॉय के बीच में एग्रीमेंट होता है दैट वी द बोथ द पार्टीज विल work together and employer will assign task to employee and employee will do that task and he will be getting daily or weekly basis the money will be paid to him. Let's take an example of this. Suppose your friend Raghav is working regularly as an assistant and regarding your Raghav's job you can say that he is working for an individual or he is working for a business firm or he is in an office or factory or a shop. So he is known as the employee for whom he is working and said to be his employer. तो जहां पे वो काम कर रहा है तो वो उसका employee है and वो वहां पे employer हुए. But in the beginning employer pays in the beginning of the job when he is appointed, so there is a remuneration fixed कि आप ये काम करोगे आपको ये salary या wages मिलेगा, fixed amount. So he is being paid by his employer remuneration for his work and he works as per the terms and condition laid by the employer. So employer उसके सामने terms and conditions रखते हैं कि ये आपको follow करना है and this is how you have to work and you have to complete your task for which I will be giving you this much of salary, this much of wages. So from the above observation what you have learned that Raghav is pursuing his career in wage employment. So what he is doing, जहाँ पे उसे fixed salary मिल रहा है, wages मिल रहा है for his work, so he is doing a wage employment. Now if I talk about self-employment, when instead of seeking a job, when you are not going anywhere for any factory or any industry or any office, when you are not going there and you are not seeking for a job, then you may do something on your own to earn your living. तो आप क्या कर रहे हो, आप खुद कुछ ना कुछ एक्टिविटी कर रहे हो ताकि आपको इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी कर रहे हो ताकि आप अर्न कर सको अपना लिविंग. सो यू मे रन अ बुक शॉप, so you will be the owner of that bookshop. You may run a medical store, you can do tailoring, you can run a shop or you can engage a shop. So if an individual engages in any economic activity and manages it and owns it, so he is known as, he or she is known as that he is doing self-employment. So it is known as self-employment. Like you are seeing in the images that a lady is sitting and doing tailoring. So she is doing self-employment over there. And a man sitting in a jewelry shop, he is the owner of that jewelry shop. He is running a jewelry shop. So he is the owner and he owns that and he is managing and controlling. He is himself doing everything. He has not gone for seeking any kind of a job and he is not under anyone. So he is the owner of that shop. So this is known as self-employment. Now here we are taking a small break and after the break we will discuss more about self-employment.
करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने। परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात।
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, स्वयं बने, हम
So welcome after a small break learner. We were discussing about self-employment. तो self-employment क्या है? जहाँ पर आप कहीं पे जाते नहीं हो सीख करने जॉब, किसी के अंडर वर्क नहीं करते हो, कहीं फैक्ट्री में नहीं कर रहे हो, कहीं पे इंडस्ट्रीज में नहीं कर रहे हो, ऑफिसेज में नहीं कर रहे हो, बट you are running your own bookshop or own medical store or own tailoring business. So you are involved in your own activity, your own economic activity, your own own shop. You are managing your own shop. You are running grocery stores. So these are the activities, economic activities which you are engaged in and is known as self-employment. Now, in every locality, learners, you may have come across small stores, repair shop, services unit. So these establishments are owned and managed by single person. And sometimes you may have seen that one or two people for assistant is also there, like in grocery stores or in stationery shop or book shop, medical stores. So these comes under a self-employment where you are doing your employment by your own. You are managing your thing, you are controlling your thing, you are taking risk, you are creative, innovative, you are thinking innovatively. So this is known as self-employment. The owner of these stores and shops, what they are doing, they are living their livelihood from the income of the business. like the business what they are doing, like buying and selling and rendering service. So from there they are getting the money, and from that money they are running their livelihood, they are earning their livelihood. So that is known as self-employment. They also bear the risk, they also bear losses if the income falls short of their expenses. तो जब भी आप देखते हो किसी भी अपने आसपास किसी भी छोटे शॉप को या रिपेयर शॉप को, सो व्हाट दे आर डूइंग, दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग सर्विसेज, बट वो भी एक तरीके से सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट है. अगर आप सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करते हो, रिपेयर शॉप है, या अगर आपका खुद का बिजनेस है, तो आप देखते हो 1 या 2 लोग खड़े रहते हैं उस बिजनेस में. सो दोनों जो है वो खुद से सोचते हैं, क्रिएटिवली सोचते हैं, वो लोग रिस्क बियर करते हैं, वो लॉसेस बियर करते हैं. सो they are doing what? They are doing self-employment. So I hope learners that you have understood meaning of both wage employment and self-employment. Wage employment किसको बोलते हैं and self-employment किसको बोलते हैं? I hope that you have understood the meaning of these two. Now we will come to the difference between what is self-employment and what is wage employment, and what are their differences. So I hope that you have understood the meaning of wage employment and self-employment. Now let's move on to the differences. So क्या difference होता है wage employment में? Wage employment में क्या होता है कि आप दूसरों के लिए काम करते हो, you work for others. But in self-employment, what? You are your own boss, you are running your own business by yourself, and you are you are under control or any under the supervision of anyone. लेकिन wage employment में आप supervision में रहते हो, आपको assign किया जाता है task and you do that task. Now second point is you follow instruction in wage employment. Wage employment में आपको पहले ही terms and conditions दे दिया जाता है, and you have to follow the terms and conditions, you have to follow the instruction for doing wage employment. But in self-employment, you have to make your own plans. There you have to be creative, you have to be innovative, you have to make your own plans, and according to your plan, you have to run your own business or enterprise. Now, third is in wage employment, the third difference is that is a routine job. Like you have to go every day to office or a factory or an industry. You have to do the same work which is assigned to you, and when you will complete it, you have to return back to home, and for that you are getting a paid salary and wages. But in self-employment, what you have to do, there is no timing as such. You are your own boss. So अगर आपके पास कोई शॉप है तो आप उसको सुबह खोल रहे हो, रात को बंद कर रहे हो. You have to be creative. आपके पास कोई रूटीन जॉब नहीं है, but instead you have to be creative कि हम इस तरीके से करेंगे तो मेरी ज्यादा जो है वो अर्निंग होगी, ज्यादा अच्छी तरीके से हम अपनी लाइवलीहुड को अर्न कर सकेंगे. So you have to be a creative. Fourth difference is you are earning a fixed salary and never negative. Like आपको एक टास्क परफॉर्म करने के लिए आपको पहले ही डिसाइड हो गया था एम्प्लॉयर एंड एम्प्लॉय से दैट दिस टास्क यू हैव टू परफॉर्म एंड दिस इज द सैलरी विच आई एम गोइंग टू पे टू यू फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर टास्क. बट इन सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट व्हाट हैपेंस लर्नर, देयर कैन बी अ नेगेटिव feedback sometimes, or there can be surplus also. Like अगर आपने अपने business में for suppose you have invested 1 lakh rupees, so it may grow to 2 lakh, or sometime it may be negative also. It can come down to 80,000. So this can be done in business, because in business or self-employment there are risks involved in this. Now the fifth point is it does not create wealth. यहाँ पे क्या होता है, वेल्थ मैक्सिमाइजेशन नहीं होता है. यू हैव टू गो, यू हैव टू अर्न, यू हैव टू बी इन सुपरविजन, यू हैव टू बी इन कंट्रोल. बट इन सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट ये आपका वेल्थ आपके जीडीपी पे कंट्रीब्यूट करता है, एंड इट कैन मैक्सिमाइज योर वेल्थ, इट कैन क्रिएट योर वेल्थ. आपका एक मार्केट में वेल्थ क्रिएशन रहेगा, आप कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाएंगे जीडीपी को. सो दीज आर द बेसिक डिफरेंसेस विच वी हैव for wage employment and self-employment. So in wage employment, you can choose from public sector, private sector, where you want to work under the supervision, under the control of anyone. And self-employment is you can choose from industry or service enterprises like for which you are going to be self-employed. Now learners, I hope that you have understood what are the difference between wage employment and self-employment. Now we will discuss about possible areas of self-employment. So possible areas, क्या-क्या है possible areas जहाँ पे self-employment का scope है. So basically learner, in the process of career planning, you may consider these areas where you can be self-employed. So learners, here we are taking a small break, and after the break, we will discuss about the possible areas of self-employment.
प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने,
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने,
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो,
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम पढ़े और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम
So learners, we were discussing about that what are the processes of career planning you can consider in the area of self-employment. So learners, you can go for small scale retail business. So what is small scale retail business? So here single owner can easily start and manage small business unit, probably with the help of 1 or 2 assistant. Like अगर आप कोई ग्रोसरी शॉप खोलते हो या फिर स्टेशनरी शॉप खोलते हो तो वो आप एक छोटा शॉप स्मॉल बिजनेस यूनिट आप खुद से खोल सकते हो, मैनेज कर सकते हो विद द हेल्प ऑफ 1 or 2 असिस्टेंट. सो दिस इज स्मॉल स्केल रिटेल बिजनेस, जो आप रिटेल बिजनेस जो है वो कर रहे हो. नाउ प्रोवाइडिंग सर्विसेज बेस्ड ऑन इंडिविजुअल स्किल्स. अगर हम बात करें इंडिविजुअल स्किल्स से रिलेटेड क्या क्या सर्विसेज आप प्रोवाइड कर सकते हो, तो सर्विसेज दैट कैन रेंडर्ड टू द कस्टमर बाय योर स्पेशलाइज्ड स्किल दैट यू कैन टेक अप बाय द वे ऑफ सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट. जैसे कि रिपेयर सर्विसेज अगर होता है तो बहुत सारे चीजों का सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करती है कस्टमर को. सो सर्विसेज जो आप प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं कस्टमर को अपने स्किल से, लाइक यू कैन रिपेयर एनीथिंग और यू कैन प्रोवाइड लाइक यू हैव टू डू योर ओन, यू हैव टू शो योर ओन स्पेशलाइज्ड स्किल्स. तो जहां पर आप स्किल शो करके आप कस्टमर की को मदद करते हो या सर्विसेज रेंडर करते हो तो उसे हम सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट के वे में ले सकते हैं. नाउ थर्ड इज ऑक्यूपेशन बेस्ड ऑन प्रोफेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन. सो जो भी आपके पास प्रोफेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन हो उसके बेस पे अगर आप ऑक्यूपेशन लेते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल लाइक अगर आपके पास प्रोफेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन दैट यू आर अ गुड ट्रेनर और यू आर अ गुड टीचर और यू आर प्रैक्टिसिंग डॉक्टर और अ लॉयर, तो आप क्या करते हो कि अपने प्रोफेशनल ट्रेनिंग से या अपने प्रोफेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन से यू आर प्रोवाइडिंग, यू आर डूइंग self employment and you are gaining experience out of that. So this is known as occupation based on professional qualification. Professional qualification है जहां पर आप अपने professional qualification को use करके occupation कर रहे हो, आप एक तरीके से आप सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो टू द कस्टमर्स. नाउ फार्मिंग ऑन स्मॉल स्केल अपॉर्चुनिटीज है जहां पर सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट कर सकते हैं आप. जैसे कि आप फार्मिंग कर सकते हैं लाइक डेयरी फार्मिंग, पोल्ट्री फार्मिंग, फिशरी फार्मिंग, हॉर्टिकल्चर, सेरिकल्चर. सो दिस अगेन यू कैन take as a self-employment factor where the opportunities of farming can be done on small scale businesses. So I hope learners that you have understood what are the possible areas of self-employment and where are the what are the areas which you can pick up for your being self-employed, or you can do your own activity by your skills, by your specialization, by your professional qualification. So you can do your own self-employment by running and managing your own business and services. Now, the last thing which we are going to cover in this today's session is what are the qualities that are required for a success in self-employment. So what are the kind of qualities you required in yourself to become a self-employment? Like, first of all, you should be having a great mental ability. So what is mental ability? So that you have to identify what are the suitable areas in which the opportunity of self-employment is there. Like, कौन सा आप area select करते हो जहां पर आप self-employment के through आप अपने एबिलिटी को आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो एंड यू कैन थिंक मेंटली अबाउट द अपॉर्चुनिटीज. क्या क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज है उस एरिया में, वेदर इट विल गो लॉन्ग रन. मतलब आप उस तरीके से सोच के अगर आप अपना बिजनेस स्टार्ट करते हो या फिर अपना शॉप खोलते हो कि अब पॉसिबल क्या क्या कौन कौन से एरियाज में पॉसिबिलिटी है जॉब का. फॉर एग्जाम्पल कैब्स फैसिलिटी, अचानक से बहुत सारी कैब्स की जरूरत लोगों को पड़ने लगी. So what happens? They are providing cab facility. So this is again a new kind of employment where the people are going. So mentally you have to think about that what are the opportunities that are prevailing in the market so that you can be self-employed. Then alertness and foresight. You have to be very alert while you are doing self-employment activities. You have to be foresight. Foresight मतलब आपको future anticipate करना है, that क्या available opportunity है, क्या threats है, like अचानक से COVID आ गया था, so it is a kind of a threat. तो इसके लिए भी हमें नियर फ्यूचर में कैसे रेडी रहना है. सो वन शुड हैव द फोरसाइट to anticipate the changes and the opportunities and what kind of opportunities are there and how we can meet our threats likely which are going to be arise in near future. Now, third is self-confidence. So, self-confidence, one must also have self-confidence in himself or herself to overcome problems, and also while dealing with suppliers, creditors, officials, किस तरीके से आप डील कर रहे हो, you should be self-confident to run your own business, run your own to become an entrepreneur, to run your own entrepreneurship business. So, fourth point is you should have knowledge about your business. Before you start any kind of business, learners, you should be full equipped with the learning, with the knowledge about what business you are going to start, whether it will be on demand in near future or not, or whether my business will collapse. So anyone who is self-employed in the business must have full knowledge about the business, including the technical knowledge, including the skills which the business may require. So you should have all the knowledge about the business. Fifth is acquainted with relevant laws. When you are going to start your business, you should also know the working knowledge of laws relating to the business and services activity. If you are not aware about the laws, then you will end up doing something wrong or something not right, which will again lead to the serious problems. So you should always be knowing laws. आपको laws पढ़ना चाहिए before you start your own business, whether it is based on that right of the consumer or safety of the consumer. You should always be aware of the acquainted and relevant laws. And the last is other personal qualities. So a person who is going to be self-employed or who is going to do a self-employment should have the quality of honesty, sincerity, should work hard, should be able to take risk, should be able to manage and control all the activities under himself or herself. So he should possess these kind of quality to become a successful self-employment and to run a successful self-employment business. So these are the qualities which are required in self-employment. So here we are going to end this session, learner. I hope that this session is useful to you, and if you will go and read this lesson, you will be able to learn more about career avenues in the business, and also you will be able to do creative thinking so that you can understand why there is a necessity to choose a career and what is the right time to think about, to anticipate about your ability and the aptitudes for the near future and for your work life. So it is very much necessary that you may start thinking clearly about the possible areas, about your skills, about your abilities, so that you can use that in your near future and for your work life. So go, read this lesson, and if any kind of doubt, you can definitely call us or you can write to us. Thank you, learners.